13 or 14 areas where the PLI scheme opportunities have been extended by the government and lapped up by both Indian and global firms as well. So that's a fairly large pool to evaluate. What has impressed you the most within that pool? Because out of the 13, 14 schemes, which is it that you believe would benefit the most and would give the biggest bang for the buck from an investment perspective?
Look, it is honestly, there will be many. So for us to say that only what we talk about is the ones which will have a biggest bang for the buck. But I would say something like, say, in pharma, we are seeing that it's a significant delta that you will see in many companies and many segments of the industry. Say, for example, in manufacturing, that's engineering. You can see auto components. You will see a significant delta. Even in sectors which are slightly smaller, which may be like textiles or some of these places, you will see delta. But I think the issue from our perspective is to find, as you rightly pointed out, companies which we think are strategically positioned, which will kind of have an add-on. So they are anyway well positioned, and then kind of PLI adds on to what they are doing. And that to us is the real icing on the cake in terms of when you're looking to invest. And therefore, which hopefully gives us the biggest bang for the buck in many ways.
Okay, and on my shows we don't really talk about company names because there's not an idea about recommendations per se. But I'm just trying to understand. So you found these examples in themes like pharma, or have you find these examples wherein there are companies which are anyways doing good business and PLI adds the cherry on the top? Is it in some other themes?
No, so we've found it in pharma, we have found it in manufacturing, engineering companies. So, all of these companies, we think, as I said, this is just the starting point. I mean, we will have to still evaluate. It's a long way to go as, companies start to put the capex on the ground. You'll have to look at, what the economics is when actually those capex come online in terms of the businesses. So it's going to be a constant evaluation process, but we already have seen in some of our investing companies where they are a part of the PLI in, say, pharma, in manufacturing, in engineering, and they will benefit. So it's, as you rightly said, it's a cherry on the cake in terms of how we look at it. So from our perspective, as I said, those are the companies where it's most interesting because they're anyway doing well in their business, and this is going to kind of add to their overall, P&L over the next 5 years.